oldie worldy rail map of the Great Western Railway covering Britain. And the bit we're interested in today is this little old branch line, this little wiggly thing here. I did a film on that. It goes from Morton in the Marsh to Shipston on Star. But we're looking today at Longdon Road Station. Right there. It's near Darling Scott town or village, so it could be named one or t'other. Since I sent the film out of Morton in the Marsh to Shipston, Duncan from Connection 500 tells me that Longdon, Darling Scott, whichever you want to call it, there's the remains of the old platform, the old station there. Must have missed that. Time to go back and have a look then. Follow me. Well, not a bad place to start. Heading for a station, as Duncan puts it, slowly fading away. What you see, the house you see there ahead of us, that's on the site of the old railway station master's house. Well, I think it's probably a bit too grand an area to have a station master's house, but it's kind of in style, don't you think? Level crossing keeper and what have you. Okay, we'll move on. The village is behind us to our left, and no doubt this was the road used by the passengers. Gain access to the station. A bit clearer when we get there, I suspect. A clearer view of the replacement building, and the hedge there to the right would denote the line of the railway. Can't quite pick up the line of the railway on the other side of the road. Just see the tops of the trees there. Well, there's a clue. That's on our new building. The remains of the crossing gate hinges. Wow. One there. There's one here. And the station is in there, somewhere. Of course you have to find a way in. Right, well, this looks as good a spot as any. Go traipsing into the woods. Right. We're obviously standing on the embankment here. It's carried the track bed. I'm going to wander down here and see what it's about. Down there is a lovely old post, which would have been a stile. Holes in it for the treads. I think we'll take a wander along here. Follow this path in case these people know something we don't. And we'll do a reverse job. Well, if we can get through, that is. Off to the right is a stub of an old telegraph pole. Would have done its duty in its day. Line closed in the 1960s, so whether they decided to take that down or not, I don't really know. And next to it is this stay. Wire stay would have helped keep the whole thing upright, I suspect. As Duncan says, quietly fading away. On our left through the bushes is some blue engineering structure. Haven't quite got that worked out yet. The platform would have been on that side, single track. Village is on that side. Pieces of brick. And random masonry poking out here and there. few steps farther on then, and now we have what's almost certainly the platform edge. I wasn't expecting brick. Apparently the station was a wooden structure. We're standing on the track bed. That's to our left. Take a closer look. And that confirms it. There's a slope down at the end. Somebody nicked the coping stones. Making a garden feature somewhere, I suspect. The railway was full of hope when those stones were laid by some unknown bricklayer or mason. Not sure if there's anything to be seen farther down here. I suspect if we reach the platform edge, we've probably reached the end of the building. We'll take a look. There's a bit of farm gear here and the exposed track bed. What's he doing there amongst all the cinders and the debris? Looks like there's some slag here. No doubt some fireman was glad to get rid of that. Well, that's the track bed then, heading back to Morton in the Marsh. Not looking for signal posts or things. If I remember correctly, there are only 3 signals on the whole line. One on Shipston on the Star, one in Morton and one somewhere else. We'll turn round. Head back that way. Really is idyllic, this place. Beautiful, well done Duncan. Now we need access to the field next door where the wool is. I'm not quite sure if we can achieve that. Among all the wooden posts, old wooden posts and hawthorn bushes and what have you, some old concrete posts still remaining. There's one tucked nicely in there. Still got evidence of plain wire on it, thanks to the railway, for certain. Back to the platform edge. The bricklayers are set, look, headers and stretchers. Is that Flemish bond? Probably not. It stretches back now to the crossing gates. As you can see in this wonderful old photograph, we're actually standing there. It's amazing, isn't it? On top of the platform now, you can see that structure there. Big, goes right the way back here. Looks like it needed a bit of extra support. I'm starting to doubt this was a wooden station. There's certainly lots of masonry about. In this next photograph it certainly looks like a wooden structure. Not sure about the next building down mine. There's another view of the structure, if you can make it out amongst all that lot. Go down to what looks like a platform edge again. Gosh, can't see a thing, can you really? Back it up a bit. How about that? Right then. Lovely old oaks set up here in the corner of the field. Grand. A few more over there. Very picturesque. We're now looking back along here, hunting for bits. This would have been the quiet end, I suppose, away from the buildings. Well, if you can see it through the light and shade, we've now reached the far end of that building. Substantial building. I'm not sure if that's pipes there, conduiting, or part of the structure fencing stains. They've got a bit of a sag in them if it is. Quite a lot of rather deep holes from this point on. I'm not going in that direction anymore. Nice facing bricks there, drip the water off. And look at that piece on the end, correct. That wouldn't take much, would it? There's part of an arch there. Can you make it out? Coming up there. Lovely old straining post. Seen some life, that one. Trains going up and down, people going up and down. If only it could talk. If you look carefully alongside the concrete post in the centre, or behind it rather, is a spacing rod used between posts normally. So it's a bit of an anomaly, this one. Almost back out to the road. Got the fence post there on the right, and then the gate post, complete with hinges. Nice bit of shadow, not that we want it. The remains of what looks like a wall, or perhaps it's the path. There should be a catch on that post somewhere. Oh, I can see another hinge. Alright. Fair enough. Double gates then. If we make our way past there then, down there, I think we might get another view of some more structures. So look. Part of the paling fence on the backside of that post. Well and blown. I think Duncan was saying you could see some of the original paint on it. Could that be original paint? The platform supporting wall then, at an angle. We go back, and something else down there worth looking at, I fancy. On that stump centre screen, it has a mixture of barbed wire and plain wire. It's actually grown into the trunk of the tree. I wonder if that's painful. There's a gully here with a small amount of water in it, and then a big pipe, and it penetrates the station. Oh, there's a mixture there. There's some lovely arch bricks. They've left alternate ones standing proud for effect. And then a big old concrete pipe. Don't know when that dates back to. Using the pipe as a bridge and fighting my way through this blooming lot to the corner where there's some plain fence posts with barbed wire on, one of which is hooked around a hinge, which I would say back in the day made this a pedestrian crossing. So, is there any right of way? Your guess is as good as mine. What we can see first before we risk life and limb is a continuation of the supporting wall, and then that building, whatever it might be. Well, I've given it a go. I'm now reassessing the situation with all this barbed wire. I'm just going to tear myself to shreds on that. So I'll give it a nice up. And we're going to see if we can find any other route. This old soldier peeking out from the undergrowth. stay for a telegraph pole. And we're out of here. Keep with airplane noise. Right, well, I think we're out of here. I'll try some long distance shots of that building. And the gate back there, don't have that much hope. I've made it into the field. Hopefully worth it. Had to become the farmer's security lock. I'm sure he won't mind. Made it. That's a lot easier than stumbling through the woods, I have to say. And probably worth the effort because it's got a twin arch. Remains one on that side. And also one on that side. And what was that, for goodness sake? A high quality building. Good. Wonderful, isn't it? And then just over there to the left, you can see they've been shoring the bank up with steel piles. Well, they didn't do that in the 1800s when it was built, so sometime since. And the railway carried on then down there, okay. When you look closely, this isn't steel piles as such, it's old rail. And yet it's very, very big in width, not like the usual broad gauge rail that we see. I wonder what life that served before it became a support. Plenty of holes. It must be on loose ground, I would think, because there's stays everywhere on this thing holding it up. Most unusual. If we look on the left hand side and then go down inside, look, another arch. This thing's full of arches. I wish I knew what the building was. Looking back that way, there's yet another arch. My guess is that there would be steps in there to take you up to platform level. We came in at this lower level. My guess. You can make out the village that the railway served just over there across the field. Fine old church. Right, well that was worth the effort then, I think. Found out quite a bit more, didn't we, on that little piece. Right. That'll do for today though. Make my way home. Haven't had anything to eat yet, it's 2:30. I hope you enjoyed that little ramble, little grovel about. If you did, join me on the next one.